Hello. Hi all. Today I'm going to discuss about the Z ordering. Okay. So in Databricks, how the Z order will work. Okay. So uh, Z ordering. Okay. How it works and what is the use of Z ordering. Okay. So most of the Databricks who are working and learning. So this concept is basically really needed. Okay. So why this Z ordering is introduced in Databricks? So what is the benefit of using this Z ordering? So basically, Z order will work similar like your order by. Okay, order by with your cluster. Example in SQL, when we compare with SQL. So SQL you have a cluster like primary key, clustered index. So these are the components are there, right? So similar way here also to handle the large volume of data. Example, you are handling like a 1 TB of data, okay, or some 50 GB of data. So this kind of large volume of data you can handle by using Z order. So Z order, what it will do, it is an optimized method to retrieve your data in a speeder manner. Okay, so it makes your data in a easier manner. Okay, like example, you have a order table, you have a order ID will be there, right? So you can assign to multiple column. You can assign to either ID or either order numbers. Okay, so these kind of columns you can assign. Okay, either one or two, three. You can assign any of number of the columns. So the criteria here is so order ID. So your column should have a unique values. Okay, example, Z order will work if you have a unique values in order ID columns. Okay, so it will get easily retrieve your data. Okay, don't assign this Z ordering with the duplicate value columns. Okay, example, if you take a order name, okay, or customer name or something like location, because you can see various locations, right, like US, India and UK or anything. Okay, so those kind of columns I won't suggest. So better to use this column in any of your unique columns. Okay, unique ID columns like customer ID, order ID, product ID. So these are the columns which you can choose for your ordering. Okay, so this is especially to design the to handle the large volume of data. Okay, so the benefit of using this is so we can optimize your data and you can retrieve the data in a optimized way. Okay, so it will distribute all the smaller files into a larger file distribution basically. Okay, so Z ordering will works the ordering and as well as the clustered index compared to SQL. Okay, so similar way here Z ordering is introduced to handle your large volumes of data. Okay, so let me run through one command. Okay, so let me take some sample scenario over here. I'll tell you the queries how we can retrieve the data. Okay, so here my data is an Unity catalog. Okay, so we'll take one sample data set. Okay, so we'll check how the before query and after query will is working. Okay, so let's understand here. So I have various tables which I have created for my work, and let's understand here. Okay, so I have these many tables. Okay, so let's query this tables data. So before I do the Z ordering here, so let's basically do some cross check. I'll take a new notebook over here, and we'll write the data comments. Okay, so this notebook name is like I will rename this as adb. Okay, adb underscore z ordering. Okay, so z ordering. Okay, so here so this jet ordering you can make some annotations as well here, okay, if required, but here currently I'm not adding anything. Okay, so I'll copy my table. Okay, so first we will do we'll select the table. Okay, so before that I'm going to use my magic command, percentage sql, and select star from my table name. Okay, so workspace, and this is my table. Okay, so now let's get execute this table. Let's understand, so this is my table workspace schema and the default and product, so all this information which I have provided. So before making the jet ordering for this delta table, so we will validate our data before I apply any condition. Okay, so let's check what are all the columns are there. Okay, so that you will get to know what information, what data is available here. Okay, so it is currently running, I think. So this is the statement which is executed, and it is trying to gather the information now. Okay, so I think this is empty. Okay, let's see. So I have the product information. Okay, so product id, I'll use the product id. I'll apply some where condition. So the advantage of using this jet order is, so in SQL I will compare with SQL. Okay, so let me explain here. In SQL, when you filter any data, okay, what you will do, where prod underscore id is equal to some 1 2 3 4, like that you will write, right? So similar way here, even in Databricks also. So here example you made as a cluster index. Okay, so clustered index you have created. And so why we will create clustered index? To optimize your table data, and it will get speed up your data process. When you try to query any id value or something, it will get queried very fast. Okay, so similar thing in adb, what we are doing, we are making the jet ordering, so that when you apply any filter condition to your query, okay, similar way where condition in your adb, so this will also works the same way. Okay, so especially when you filter any data, so this will get popped up very speeder manner compared to the other process. Okay, so let's understand here. So I'll take the product id. So product ID is equal to something 25671 example. I'm taking this as an example. Now let's try to make it in a single quotes. Okay, because these are in a string format. Okay, so let's try to retrieve those data. Okay, so I got this record. Okay, so I have a product ID, manufacturer, and these are the information. So now what I'll do, I'll apply the jet ordering here on top of this table. So let's apply the jet ordering here. So what I'll do, so I'll create a table. Okay, for this one, for jet ordering, I'll create a table. Let's create a table over here. Um, Create and a table, and so I'll make this as a sales underscore product. Okay, sales underscore product. And after that, okay, I think it's taking something like this way, but I will write like this way, sales underscore prod product product. I'll make it as dtl, so product detail. And so here we need to mention, right, on what basis you are taking, by using delta. Okay, so it's a delta table. Remember this one, we are applying this jet order for a delta table. Okay, so delta table. Okay, so thereafter I'm going to make this query. Okay, but here I'm going to apply, okay, for my parquet file path. Okay, so I'll apply to my sales parquet file. So I have a delta file right here. So let's go to the volumes. So in the volumes I have saved my file information here basically. Okay, So here is my product table. So if you see here, so this is my product table. So similar way which we have written, right? So here I have used the product. So I'll take the product file here in the dataset level. So let's copy that one. Okay, so this is my file, and copy this path. Okay, so here the file format, so we need to mention this as a delta. Okay, so delta file format. So this you can make like this way. Okay, delta, so you need to make like this way. Okay, so select star from delta file store table, but here you need to give your table path. Okay, so if you see here, so I have loaded into the format of table format as well. Okay, so you can see the path as well. Okay, let's take the details how this is uh, passing. So we can get some information over here. So currently lineage, and I'll check the insights. Okay, so everything is fine here. Okay, let's check the lineage over here. So product, and this is the file. Okay, so this file is the source. Okay, so thereafter it is written into a table format. Now let's try to make this. Okay, because it's a CSV file. Okay, so now I'm going to read this as a CSV format, and let's try to execute it. Okay, so once you execute this one, so you can retrieve the data. So currently we are retrieving that data format. Okay, so currently I'm not seeing anything. Let's take the delta over here, or product profile matrix, and okay, one second, we will take some other data. Instead of this, I'm going to take the dim product. Okay, so what else is there here? So product, and okay, so we have this trans and dim product is there. Okay, I'll copy this part because I'm using the delta path basically, so I don't want this one. So it should show the data. Okay, basically. Okay, so let's execute this one. So create table default product, because it's already exist, so it's saying, but I'm going to make, because we have already executed one command earlier, right? So I'll make this as a test. Okay, and let's observe what will happen here. Okay, so once it executed, so it will try to create the delta table. Okay, so on top of this delta table, okay, so currently there are no rows written here. So now let's try to create the uh, z ordering. Okay, so we can use optimize, so percentage sql. So we'll take an example. Okay, so optimize, optimize. So this is really important, on which table you are going to apply. So this is my table, right? So I have created, this is my actual query. On top of this delta table we are creating the z ordering. Okay, so this is my table name I have given over here, and inside the table which column you are going to assign the z ordering, that is important. Okay, so z order, so when I type, it came z order, and by, so what column you wanted to assign, on what column you are going to make it. So currently I'm going to apply for a product table. Okay, so let's execute it. So once you execute it, so you see here the path and the matrix, you can see like this way. So let me go bit elaborate to here. So in this file, you see that there is a matrix is created. In this matrix, so you can see number of files added, number of files removed. Okay, and the files added and z order. You see here strategy name, minimum cube size, and input file, and in a other output file. So all this merge file, currently there are no merges happen. So these kind of information, start time and time, everything get captured in the JDRM process. Okay, so now let's try to run with my select query. Okay, so SQL, so I'll write select star from my table name is what? Table name is this one, sales product TTL. So this is my table. So let's run through. First we'll run this one. Okay, and then we will check the data whether actually data got written or not. So that is a check I'm going to do right now. So there is a data over here. Now I'm going to apply where. Okay, so where product ID is equal to this one. So let's execute this one. So I'll try to, okay, 2619, where we'll give some different, okay, we'll give some other value also. Let's do one thing. Before we do this one, we'll take some other value instead of here. Wait, we'll take the another one. Okay. So 26190, I'll take this as a value where product, so product ID is equal to 26190. So this is the value. Okay, I have taken this one. So I have taken this one now. Now let's execute the values. Okay, so now I'm going to give another condition over here, and brand is equal to, so I want some unique value. Um, Department is equal to some grocery. Okay, I'll copy and paste this value over here. Okay, so let's execute this. Yeah, grocery, it is added. So now let's try to describe this particular delta history. How you can verify whether this is jet ordered? So you can use this command to validate whether it is applied the jet ordering or not. So describe, describe and history. So here we'll take like this way, describe not table, and describe you have to take history, describe history, history, and sales data. Okay, so this is how I have written my table name. So this is my JDR table, right? So you have applied for the latest data. So when you describe this one, so this will shows you this kind of information. Okay, so this is the optimized way of doing your data written. So this is the way you can observe your data. Okay, so let me try to understand you. Okay, so one more time I'll give some. Okay, so what I have done, I have used the dim product, so product table I have used it. Okay, so by using the product table I have applied the ordering over here, workflows, and after applying the 26 the value, so before value, after value, we have replicated here, and finally I have applied here the z ordering. So after applying the z order, so our query performance is faster, and we have described into the this way. So this is the way z ordering basically works. Okay, so currently we have done one. So usually there, if there will be any other run, so you could see some optimized method also. Let's try to make some other run as well here, or we will make some changes to the file as well, and let's try to understand. Okay, so before and after, this is really important. Okay, so before what happened and after what happened is required. Okay, so this is what your um, or jet ordering will work. Okay, so there is a one scenario basically I wanted to show that as well. You can see there is a option. So when you perform incremental thing, you see here there is a command added with optimize. Okay, so when you describe it, so for the next run the process will create this one. Okay, so I have done with some sample data. You can when you run with the incremental data, so you can see that there will be a value get added after doing the jet ordering. There will be a optimized operation get added, and it will process. But currently I don't have any incremental operation in this particular jet ordering table. So that's why you are seeing like this, but usually it should create like this way. Okay, it will create optimize for the next runs. Okay, so this is the way you can achieve the um, jet ordering process. Okay, so remember this one, jet order does not change the table partitioning. Okay, it won't change any table partitioning. Okay, so we can combine these partitions. Okay, example, you can take year or a date. Okay, so you can do the jet ordering with that dates and years as well. Okay, so and also I don't suggest that is like example, don't use like 4 to 5 columns. Okay, so use the limited number of columns, that too it's a unique value columns, keep in mind. So these are the steps about jet ordering. Thank you. We'll meet with another concept.